Good morning and welcome to the new edition of Dr. Lamba Explains Sikhism. Every religion in the world teaches not to fear, not to hate. They always tell you to be fearless. But one thing which differentiates Sikhism from other religions is that it does tell you not to fear, but it also tells you not to hate anybody, not to scare anybody. Some religions do tell not to hate because the whole humanity is the same, and as a matter of fact, that's the crux of all religions. But not to cause fear is something very different. It shows a sense of moral superiority when you know that you are powerful and yet you are not afraid yourself, nor are you a cause of causing fear to the others. And that's why you would find fearlessness and compassion combined in Sikhism. That is what you find, that the Sikh Gurus exhorted their followers to apply ointment and provide food even to the enemies, irrespective of their allegiance, of their religion, of their caste, the color, creed. And the person who personifies these traits for the first time said, or rather told his people, not to cause fear and to fear nobody. This was the ninth Guru of the Sikhs, whose birthday was celebrated just a couple of days back. His early years spent in Amritsar under the tutelage of Baba Buddha. And Baba Buddha was contemporary of Guru Nanak and Bhai Gurdas, who wrote Adi Granth as dictated by Guru Arjan Dev in 1604. So living with them and being trained by them, he learned the art of being independently fearless. And that's why, can you believe, as I'll tell you, that he had been arrested before this. Most of the people are aware of his arrest when he wanted to help the Kashmiri Hindus to ensure that their religion is safe, and in the process sacrificed his life. But he had been arrested once before as well. And then he was released, and would you believe that he went to Assam on behalf of Aurangzeb, the same person who had got him arrested. And that's why Aurangzeb gave him the title of Tegh Bahadur. This title, notwithstanding, did not change the attitude of Mughal emperor. And at that time, religious conversions through a government order or through coercion was the norm. Anybody charged with any crime or misdemeanor would be pardoned if he converted to Islam. And Guru Tegh Bahadur started traveling extensively through Malwa and Majha, the two regions of Punjab. First came in conflict with the authorities when he started questioning the tradition of worshipping the graves of peers and fakirs. He said, why are you worshipping the graves? Those people were great, absolutely, there is no denying. But worshipping the grave is of no use at all. It doesn't, in fact, earn you any spiritual or religious merit. And this naturally annoyed the Maulvis, the fakirs, and others. And as his message began to spread, in Haryana there is a place called Jeend, and in the Jeend there is a village called Dhamtam. In Dhamtan, a local chieftain picked him up on fabricated charges of collecting revenue from the villagers and took him to Delhi. He was arrested, incarcerated, and he might have been punished, but Raja Ram Singh of Amer, whose family was a long-time follower of Sikh Gurus, intervened and kept him at his house for around 2 months. And in the meantime, in these 2 months, he convinced Aurangzeb that Guru was a holy man and a person with no political ambitions. He was a religious man. Then he was sent by Aurangzeb to Bengal, Assam, where he helped Aurangzeb forces. And on way back from Dhaka, Raja Ram Singh again met him on behalf of Aurangzeb and asked him to help to broker a truce with the Ahom king. Now, Ahom dynasty is the longest dynasty which has ruled parts of India, especially in northeast. And I'll talk about that in my series, The Long Living Empires of the World. That is one of them. Anyway, so he, with his bravery and his power of persuasion, overawed the king of Ahoms, and that enabled a truce. And Aurangzeb was so happy that he granted him the title of Tegh Bahadur, and Guru Tegh Bahadur never liked it, but then the Sikhs of followers started using this word. And on the banks of Brahmaputra, if you see, there's a Gurdwara, Dubri Sahib, which was built to celebrate it. Guru was also honored at the Guwahati's Kamkya temple. And that was something. And then he came back to North. There he was approached in Anandpur Sahib by a Kashmiri Brahmin, Kirparam. The Kirparam sought protection from the local chieftains who told him to either convert to Islam or face retribution. And Guru told them that, look here, you have to do what you feel right. Don't be afraid. And naturally his example of being incarcerated and then fighting for the person who incarcerated him and then renouncing war was something which was naturally enabled. And when his young son told him, okay, look here, you can sacrifice your life to save that. So Guru showed Das, Kirpa Das, and Kirparam and Krishan Das and others, that to tell Mughals that they should first try to convert the Guru. Now Aurangzeb, as a typical despot, was enraged that anybody could challenge him, although he recognized the capability of Guru Tegh Bahadur. And if you have read Pasha Dasmi Shri Gur Bilas, Shri Gur Bilas Pasha Dasmi is a biography of Guru Gobind Singh by Kavi Sukha Singh. And according to this, Guru himself went to Delhi. He was not summoned, he went to Delhi. And he was arrested by the Mughals and prosecuted. The prosecution was very simple. There were two options for him, either to convert or to die. And he declined to convert, clearly showing that death holds no fear for him. So on the one side, he was not afraid, and the other side, it didn't cause any fear. The main teaching of Guru Tegh Bahadur can be culled from his 116 compositions. And they are in 15 ragas. They are in Guru Granth Sahib. And the universal message are in simple Braj Bhasha, the Braj language. Easy to understand and have examples from everyday life, emphasizing universalism in spirituality, not devoid of spirituality. And in one of the compositions, the Guru explains, as bubbles appear and disappear in water, similar is the creation of this water. Jo pani mein bulbula. Now that sort of a thing, then why be afraid if you are just like a bubble in water? You are here 1 second and gone the next. And if you look at the message in Guru Granth Sahib, it can be summarized as, human birth is precious. Don't waste it. shun bad company, treat pain and pleasure equally. Do not discriminate between pain and pleasure, both are parts of life, and keep your emotional self above joy and sorrow. Neither be very happy nor be very sad. Be peaceful, God. Because God dwells inside you, like an image with a mirror. Life is seeping away from water, from a pitcher. So what's the point in going on a pilgrimage when the mind is not in control? It's like a stone that is kept immersed in water, and still the water does not penetrate. This word is like a smoke. Nothing is permanent and everlasting. So why be afraid and why cause fear? Nothing goes beyond this life except your meditation. And body is like a hailstone. Now, this is a hailstone when it falls is there for a short time and then it melts. So is the human body. Quickly melts away. So shed all delusions. Don't be deluded by authority, power, and all those false pretensions. Why worry when nothing is permanent in the world? Why this false pride when knowing that this world is like a dream and nothing is yours? And if it's a dream, why be afraid? And then why cause fear? As a pet dog does not leave the house of the master, stays steadfast in meditation. Now, Guru Tegh Bahadur, like Guru Nanak, had travelled a lot, extensive travelling, and he preached tolerance and interfaith harmony. Nowhere did he say that, okay, become Sikhs. No. In Dhaka, for example, now look at the man who had no political authority, and when he was in Dhaka, there was, as I told you, the fight going on between Aurangzeb and Ahom kingdom. Chakradhar was the ruler of Ahom kingdom, and Raja Ram Singh of Amber was the representative of Aurangzeb. So he made them sit. He first defeated Ahom king in war, and then he extended the hand of peace. And then he came back and he built Anandpur Sahib, the city of Anandpur, which is now the seat of Keska. And it was built on the land offered by Rajni Champa of Bilaspur. But Guru refused to take the donation. He said, no, I'll buy it. So he bought the location of Anandpur and paid rupees 500 for that. Now 500 might mean nothing today, but in 1665 it was a huge sum. Guru believed that if you are spiritual and steadfast, you need not be intimidated, nor intimidate others. And the persons who are enlightened, who treat their friends and foes alike. That's the most important. Treat friends and foes alike. No partisanship, no favoritism, no enmity. And he practiced these principles, resisted cohesion, and ultimately, without hesitation, without rancor, without any feeling of animosity and acrimony, he sacrificed his life. Earlier, if you remember, I had talked about Guru Nanak holding interfaith dialogues, interacting with the spiritual masters of different faiths. The supreme sacrifice of Guru Tegh Bahadur, whose birthday was recently celebrated, upholds the same principles. Accept diversity. But we talk of diversity today. But we do not talk of the diversity of belief. We talk of plurality today, but we do not respect plurality. Guru Tegh Bahadur wanted human beings to accept the diversity of belief and plurality to be respected, not to be tolerated. There's the difference. We tolerate plurality. He respected plurality. And the sacrifice of Guru Tegh Bahadur also reveals that strong social bonds get established when interfaith dialogues take place. And the clear example is Kashmiri Pandits chose to come to Guru Tegh Bahadur without thinking that this guy has been against the customs and the traditions of Sikhism. No. And Guru Tegh Bahadur reciprocated and sacrificed his life for their cause. So lesson to be drawn from the sacrifice is that freedom to practice one's faith or one's choice is a human right. Individual conscience for which no force and allurement can be used. And force and allurement are basics of fear. You allure it, but say that okay, if you don't come to us, then you'll be suffering. And the punishment is of course fear directly. So indirect and direct fear both should be resisted. At the same time, he didn't curse his executioner. No, he never did. He accepted with equanimity, with poise, with peace what was his fate. But he respected others. And as his earlier action had shown, had he not been killed, had Aurangzeb recanted, possibly the history of Sikhism might have been different. But as it, this was the person who by the supreme sacrifice of his life proved that human beings need neither be afraid nor cause fear. And that's a big, big achievement, especially in those times where fear causing was a prerogative of anybody who was privileged. And being afraid was the fate of the millions of the people.